Hey everybody, welcome back to the Buck Rogers Project and the Ace of Space. This is all about Buck flying and taking on some pirates, which we know, at least we as the viewer know, are really draconians in disguise or something related to that. So here's Gil Gerard making it happen on the ship, doing things. Look out, world. Lucky Buck is back. Anyway, here he is. Still the world's most accomplished. Come on. Uh, okay, I want to be enthusiastic about this. I don't need to criticize it. It's not. There's a suspension of disbelief here. So okay, one could say that if he's skilled in, maybe the raiders. I'm sorry, the fighters are so intuitively easy that all the training of a 20th century astronaut makes it easy to do. And he brings in tactics that people wouldn't know about 500 years later. So Buck brings with his past, in a way, a fresher perspective. And so, because this is an AI society, right? They're used to the commemorative plates just telling them what to do, and as well they're used to the computers doing everything for them. And the computers are flawed, as we all knew in the 1970s and in the 80s when they were killing us in the form of T1000s, and suddenly in the 2020s we're worried about AI is going to get us. We need to go back to this science fiction to remind us that let's not get into it. So they're super spastic. I said it again. Super fast spaceships of the future. Battles fought with sophisticated combat computers which zero in on the enemy with video images. Stay on target. Not quite that, but Buck's like, well, what is this? Why am I even in the fighter? Why don't we just do this with drones? What's going on here? What is the point if I'm sitting here and do, and suddenly I think a few people start dying before Buck's like, hey everybody, stop with your computers. Use the force, or what's going on here? What's going on here? So, a beat here is that if Buck represents us, and never mind, we forget that this is like Dreamscape Buck. So if we're viewing the rest of this pilot movie and the series as Buck's fever dream before he's dead, and of course he's going to be the center of attention. Buck Rogers is the essential Mary Sue story. I mean, you don't have. He's the name of the series. Blown to bits, watching the Draconia, Kane princes toast their enemies to doom, boom, boom, boom. But we're going to ignore Buck. Get off the air, Buck. What are you doing? So I like that Aaron Gray, in order to sell the role, she wants to touch the microphone. This gotta go. So no, this is no. We're not. I'm not gonna. Your computers aren't good enough. We must rely on our own instincts. Okay. The card outrunning the enemy. So here's a shot of. Phew, there goes the raider. It's not a raider. It's a fighter. I'm never gonna not call it a raider. I'm and then there's the Draconian pirates right here. We're doing things. Let's see if we can start dishing out some. So the special effects from the time are fine, and what I like about 70s and some of 80s sci-fi is that the special effects, although they're good, they don't run the entire show. And that's something we've gotten away from, where we let too much of the special effects tell the story. And when we start relying on and expecting nothing but special effects, one, that's what we're going to get, but two, the overall story suffers. Not that this is an incredible story, but that you still have more character development than action. And this is so action. I mean, it's happened. I don't know how long the scene takes. Certainly a lot of cards are devoted to it. We could just go through it beat by beat here with these cards. That's why I'm not spending that much time on it. But So I'm watching, some current examples of sci-fi within the last 4 years, and it's so overwhelming with the special effects that I'm forgetting that I'm just watching a show, or I don't know. If this action was in a comic book, which is all what it is at the end of the day, I would be flipping through the pages to get to some dialogue again. That's the problem with same thing with car chases. I mean, all these tropes and genre conventions, you're gonna have them there, but I don't know. I think we could do a lot more without them. But here we go, more Zap. And again, if it's the context of the Buck Rogers, it's geared toward 5 to 10 in the demographic, and the folks just kind of laughing as they're watching it. So I get it. I mean, I was the target audience at the time when this was out, caught it in a rerun, so we're just zapping pirates. All right. Now on another level, it's like a cheesecake softcore show too. Not necessarily the pilot so much, but it became that later on. So I mean, it was trying to hit all the demographics it could, making it somewhat more successful than the Battlestar Galactica at the time. And all this, as I'm talking, Buck's still flying. I really don't. I think the cards speak for themselves. Hey, how they now? I don't know if they're. I think the football analogies come in like the next the series episodes, where he's referencing O.J. Simpson. Okay, and we're still at it. Okay, that I see now that this is the end of the cards that deal with the little space battle here. So what do we learn at the end of the day? Wilma's happy to be alive, and she sees that Buck's unconventional thinking is what got them out of this, and so she begins to doubt the effectiveness of computer control when it comes to battle tactics. That's our scene. How many cards did I run through here? Eight. 8 cards to do this scene, and there they are. So that's your first big crazy battle scene. Buck can get into what is essentially an alien contraption and convince everybody that he knows best. Just what you expect with somebody in his own fever dream. So the case is being made as we walk through this movie that this doesn't quite work out. But hey, we also forget that this is a cheesecake show, and it's just good fun. I love it. I still love watching it. One would try not to think too closely about it or take it that seriously, but a lot of fun for 8 cards. Let's see what happens next time.